Hey everybody, got a quick video here on how to replace a Dell Latitude e5550 laptop screen. With this particular laptop, I am going to be taking it from a 1366 by 768 screen to a 1920 by 1080p. This isn't possible with every model, so be sure to check your model, make sure the connector on the screens are the same if you want to try to do an upgrade. I'm going to start with just a stiff knife, and I'll use a razor blade to pry the top corner here. And then I'll grab both sides of the bezel and kind of pull and twist at the same time with just a little bit of even side-to-side pressure, and pull out as you do that, and the clips will start to release and you'll start being able to separate the bezel all the way around the screen. And you can kind of follow this process all the way around the screen, and you'll run into some double-sided sticky tape and just kind of pull and pry, and you'll be able to feel where that's at, so it's pretty easy to get and to separate from the screen. If you do have issues with the sticky tape, a little bit of heat might help. If you have a heat gun, you can set on low, or just use some other method to warm up the edges of the screen. You don't want to heat it up too much, but just enough to get the adhesive tacky again will help to pull it apart. One thing I forgot at the beginning of the video, be sure to unhook your battery. This particular model just has a white clip down on the bottom here. I kind of use my knife to pry it out a little bit, but then you can pull it with the connector. You definitely don't want to leave your battery in because the cable will hold enough charge to rip and fry your screen. Alright, so open back up here, and there's just 4 screws on this corner, on each corner of the laptop I'm in. And this model, it's got a thin panel, so they don't have any brackets or anything, so just undo these 4 screws, and then you should be able to just kind of slide the laptop out of the 4 little retaining holes and lay it down flat right on your keyboard. Now the LVDS connector will have a little bit of tape on it. This one also has a little blue piece of kind of a bumper to go over the top of it. So take that off and then undo the tape, and then go ahead and pull it straight back away from the screen. And then I kind of just use the tape to stick it to the top of the laptop case behind the screen. Keep that cable out of the way. Alright, so there you can just get the new screen. I've also got, again, I'm upgrading to a 1080p screen that I picked up from laptopscreen.com. So now you just line up the connector. You need to lay the screen all the way down so it'll reach, and just line it up with some even pressure. Plug it right back in nice and firmly, and then put the tape back down. Make sure the connector's in nice and tight, and then you can put the little blue pad back on top as well. Alright, so now you can put the screen back in place on the back of the top of the screen, and line it up with the 4 little retaining holes that are next to the 4 screw holes. And go ahead and put the screws back in. Make sure your cable's routed okay, and that way you don't have any bulging in your bezel. At this point I do like to connect the battery again, so we can go ahead and power it up and make sure the screen is connected okay. And now we can go ahead and power it on and wait and make sure we've got a good display. And we do. So I'm going to go ahead and enter the BIOS here and just show everybody real quick that it is now showing a 1080p screen. I was a little surprised this laptop didn't already have the higher end 1080p screen in it. It had a lower resolution panel even though it's the higher end model with the i7. And I'll also get to the system information screen, and you can see there that it's now reporting a 1920 by 1080 screen, full HD. Now you can just go ahead and power it back down, and go ahead and pull the protective film off the screen. I'll leave that on while I'm putting it on just so I don't get it all fingerprinted up. And then go ahead and get your bezel, take it and from whatever safe spot you had it laying in, just get it lined back up, and you can kind of go ahead and do the same procedure. Just start in one corner and do some kind of back and forth even pressure all the way around the screen, and you'll hear the clips go in. It's pretty obvious when they snap and when they make a good connection. So just repeat that all the way around the screen. when I get down to the bottom here, I like to kind of put my hand on the back of the laptop and give it a press from both sides. That just makes it a little easier to get the clips to reattach on the bottom. And that's it. Go ahead and just kind of give it another firm. You can kind of run your finger around and apply a little even pressure to make sure any straggling clips got snapped in, and then you can look around the edge of the laptop. You'll see a pretty obvious bulge if none of the clips are in. You usually get a little split on the between the bezel and the lid. So this one looks good. I think I'm going to go ahead and just power it back up just to make sure everything survived getting put back together. And it looks good. There we have the Dell splash screen. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and thanks for watching.